So can we agree this is the Crawford era of boxing now? I mean, I get he's not the face of boxing, you know. Canelo still is the man who's going to sell the tickets, get the people to come out, because Mexicans love their Mexican fighters. But can we say that Crawford now has moved in the slot of being the best boxer in the world? And by him being the best boxer in the world, this is now his era. And he did it his way. So if it's his era, do you think fighters will now change how they move? Seeing Crawford didn't go about it like everyone else. I mean, because if you look at the history of black fighters, you know, the Money Mayweather, he was the villain. He had to play the bad guy. He had to put on this, he created this persona. Um, Yet Crawford was always himself. Will the fighters coming up after him see the way he went about doing it? And will the black fighters now not feel they have to put on a show, dance, and do whatever, to sell tickets? The Mexican fighters don't seem to have to, put on a show because they have the backing of the Mexican people. Mexicans, one thing for sure, they're going to show out and they're going to buy the tickets. They're going to buy the pay-per-views. They are a nation of people who support their athletes. Now, we, on the other hand, come from a line of the Willie Lynch theory, where it's pit them against each other. So we were rooting for Mayweather to lose and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he knew what he was doing. He played the villain because he knew at the end of the day it was still gonna sell tickets. Crawford never did that. So I wonder if we're gonna see a change in how black boxers go about how they carry themselves. You got the Abdullah Masons. He seems to be a brother who has a good solid team. His father, his brothers. I don't see him, putting on a show. Carmel Moulton, you know, he's kind of with, not kind of, but with Money Mayweather. So he seems to be already starting to be putting on a little facade, the beef he had online with Shakur's cousin. How do you pronounce it? Zaquin Moses. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. But So I was just wondering that, if we're gonna see a new crop of black fighters who, you know, don't feel like they have to, you know, put on a song and a dance, to be able to sell tickets. At the end of the day, they are prize fighters and they are fighting for a check, um, risking their lives, you know what I'm saying, stepping into that ring, you know. And I feel like we as the fans have to do better in supporting, these fighters, but someone like Crawford, I feel, look at the people now who are wanting to get in the ring with him. The Janabek, the Charlo, you know, it's like the road is longer, but by being yourself, you'll still reap the fruits, and then you'll be able to sleep better at night knowing that you didn't have to sell your soul to, you know what I'm saying, uh, get a paycheck. You didn't have to put on this facade and put on a show so you can make money. Um, I'm not gonna like talk shit about the ones that do, because I mean I can understand, you you get into this, you're being punched on, you're punching on people, and you got to be a special kind of person to be a fighter. So if you feel you need to go about, putting on a persona, putting on this facade, who am I to judge you? You would know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? But I respect the Crawford though. I respect the fact that, you know, he stayed with the same team. He didn't change up. He's the definition of a real one. You know, integrity, um, a great big brother to someone like Shakur. Uh, I just hope we do see more people following the line of Crawford. I mean, he's a great example for black kids, who want to become boxers, and see, someone like Crawford, hard worker, doesn't use drugs, doesn't drink alcohol, you know, is himself. Like, these are all things that exemplify what a great leader and a great role model is for the youth who want to be, in the sport of boxing. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to, pose that question. If this is Crawford's era, can we expect to see, more people, more boxers, following suit, being themselves. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. This is Casual Speak. I'm BW, and yeah, deuces.